All right, guys, now it is time to show you how to do your finger stick testing. And I'm gonna use one of these smaller cards just to give you an idea of how this works. And I'm not gonna actually prick my finger today. I will show you how to do it. And everyone's a little different, but I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks. So first things first, you wanna warm your hands up under warm water, make sure that they're not ice cold. Even shaking your arm and kind of getting some good blood flow. If you have a little tourniquet, feel free to tourniquet your upper arm a little bit and then let it go, because you'll get really good flow that way too. Take an alcohol swab, and you want to do, usually the ring finger is the best, and you want to do the outside edge of that ring finger. So usually the tip right on the outside edge. I think I actually still might have a mark on mine where you can see my last one right there. But you want to do the outer edge on the tip. These are what the kits usually look like. They have something like this with some lancets, some gauze, some band-aids. But you want to alcohol your finger, and then you want to take these little lancets and you want to twist open the top. And you can't see the lancet. See, it's actually flat. Like you can put your finger right over the top of that. It is a spring-loaded lancet. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to take the corner of your finger, and you're gonna, where you alcohol it off, you're literally just gonna push this in there as hard as you can, and this is actually gonna deploy, and it's gonna go straight in. So I'm gonna show you what this looks like when it deploys. You ready? Maybe. So see how it pushes down? If I push a little harder, that needle's gonna come out on us, okay? So you're gonna push that all the way into your finger until it goes pop. And then once it goes pop, you're actually gonna, oh, there it goes pop for me, just did it. You're actually gonna take your finger, you're gonna hold it upside down, and you're really gonna get that elbow and arm up in the air, because you want gravity to do the work, and you actually have to squeeze this finger pretty significantly. So if you're doing it on yourself, you can see what I'm doing. I'm squeezing as hard as I can with my pinky and my thumb, and I'm literally gonna get a good drip hanging off, and then I will put it right on this card. So right on the center of that circle, you're gonna drop it once. Then you're gonna try it again, and you're gonna do another one, and you're gonna get a good drop, and you're gonna do a drop on each of those circles first. Then you're gonna come back and you're gonna squeeze that finger. I always say get that shoulder up, get that hand all the way down here like this, and start squeezing from the top of your finger down, and then get a good squeeze on the tip and get a nice drop, and you're gonna do a really big droplet on each of these dots. You wanna fill up almost the entire circle. If it's not full, they're not gonna have enough blood to do your testing. So please make sure it's pretty full without being overly saturated. And you don't wanna necessarily spread the two bubbles together. You don't want the circles crowding each other. Make sure you put your name, your date of birth, and your date of collection on these cards. They have to be written on the cards for safety. If they're not, they're gonna make you redo your card, okay? So once that's done, put a little Band-Aid on your finger. It actually does bleed for quite a while. It's a pretty good finger stick, and it should give you some decent flow. If you cannot get enough from one stick, they do give you extra finger sticks in there. Try either a different finger or the other hand, and try warming your hands up really good, maybe even doing like a couple push-ups or a couple hand squeezes to really get that blood pumping. And then don't be afraid to squeeze really hard. It's actually a very, very hard squeeze to get that out of there. And sometimes you need to give it time. Like I said, give it a good dangle and some time and keep squeezing. You'll get it to fill up that card. Once that's done, leave it open on the counter or somewhere accessible to air dry for about 4 hours before closing that card up and putting it in the mailing envelope. The mailing envelope is usually self-addressed and it's ready to go. And sometimes can go with your stool or your urine kit as well. All right, there are different cards with different number of bubbles. So if we give you a card, just please fill all the bubbles. If there's only 6, if there's 9, just make sure you fill them all up completely. Sometimes it's even 2 cards. I know that's a lot, but you can do it in 2 settings as well if you need time in between. All right, I will see you soon for the next test.